Interesting. Okay, awesome. So, going to be a pretty short episode. This episode of the podcast. Hopefully, it won't go over 5 minutes because, yeah, I need to be quick. I don't want to say on camera, but I need to be quick. But basically, I was just thinking about. There's that saying, isn't there? I think it's Albert Einstein. There's that saying. Might not be him, but it's insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. I've thought about this for a while actually, and in a sense, I want to be someone here just to question that, because one of my favourite films is Shawshank Redemption. And so I think it's got so many layers to it. It's one of my favourite films for so many reasons. One of the things I love about it is Andy Dufresne. I do think he's a very inspirational figure because he's basically imprisoned. He's an innocent person, isn't he? He's in prison, life sentence. Then what he does is he has two options, doesn't he? The prison he's in, he can either be bitter or resentful and look to basically bring everyone down and think, oh, this is unfair and unjust, I'm going to take everyone with me. Or option B is he can go, no, this is a very difficult, challenging situation. I'm going to sort of build people up around me and build up this prison. And obviously through his perseverance, constantly writing the letters, he gets a library, he gets all these books. But he does the same thing over and over again, keeps writing the letters, and eventually he gets a different result. Also think about how he actually escaped the prison. He had the rock hammer and he's constantly just grating against that wall, wasn't he? And every day, over 19 years, every night or so, I believe it's every night, eventually his escape route was formed in a sense. And that wasn't just it, it's pretty risky, wasn't it? But yeah, and he had to have a lot of patience. So I do want to be someone to question that quote or that saying, because I don't necessarily think it's true. I think this whole thing about being patient, enduring, being consistent, and I think a lot of it is to do just doing the same thing over and over again. And yes, there's a saying, isn't it? I haven't failed 99 times. I just found 99 ways that don't work. There's some saying or quote out there. I can't remember who it is. It might be Thomas Edison or something. Or he said there's 99% perspiration, 1% inspiration. I can't remember. There's basically all these different quotes out there, aren't there? But I do want to question it because I think, yeah, like this podcast I've been doing since August. I do like look back at what I've done. I remember, I think it's the second episode, I was saying at the time, I think while recording, I was saying, oh, I'll probably look back at this and find it cringe or something. And when I actually look back at the episode, I actually do cringe. It's a little bit embarrassing, and I'm sure this one I'm doing now, I might look back at a year or two further down the line, or even less than that, and I might think that's a bit embarrassing. But I think doing the same things over and over again, I think what the insanity part is doing it without having any sort of feedback loop, without having any sort of analysis of what you've been doing. So if you just mindlessly do the same thing over and over again, then maybe that is insanity. But I think it's doing the same thing over again, giving yourself feedback and think, okay, this worked, this didn't work, okay, this worked, and sort of going down the route it did work. And if you do that over a long period of time, I think success will come. So yeah, pretty short episode, just want to question that. And I think there's probably a lot of other analogies out there, aren't there? But a big part of success in a sense is consistency, patience, endurance. And I think consistency, what comes of that is doing the same thing over and over again, regardless how you feel. And you might not get the results you want, but it doesn't mean give up. It basically just means keep pushing and find a way or make a way, because that's what winners do, isn't it? So yeah, just wanted to put that out there. Let me know what you think. Like, subscribe. Well, like if you actually liked it. Subscribe if you want to. If you don't like the video, don't like. If you don't want to subscribe, don't subscribe. If anyone's got this far, thank you. I appreciate it. And yeah, thanks for watching. Ka-chow. I like Lightning McQueen.